Okay, and we are live.
Are we live? Oh my
Live
god, this
and
is so
direct.
weird.
We're literally not live though.
No, we're
The
Yeah, we're not
camera
live.
is just recording, but we're
Yeah.
not live. This isn't.
It's
No,
pre-recorded.
It's
It's pre-recorded, but we are live.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
The camera's rolling.
Okay, the
We
camera's
are
rolling.
So this is episode three of. I said it with an F by accident.
I beef off.
Episode.
This is episode 3 of David and Goliath. I'm David. That's Goliath. And we are joined by a special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Adrian.
I feel like you need a nickname now.
Yeah.
You can
She can be the stone.
The
That gets thrown.
stone. Stop.
You're a stone. We're
The
here with
slingshot.
stone.
The slingshot.
Just an inanimate object being flung around.
You're stoned.
Apparently, I'm stone.
Yeah, so we just completed 10 days in
7 days.
Turkey.
8
7
days.
days.
8
8
days.
days.
Okay, 8 days.
8 days.
8 days in Turkey, same. And we had a wonderful time eating a lot of food, walking a lot, and I was walking around in Vans, and my feet were knackered.
Knackered.
We visited
Knackered.
3 cities, 3 different cities, all completely different. So let's just start off with Antalya. I didn't really feel like Antalya was anything special, to be honest.
But we kind of knew that going into
Yeah,
it, right?
it
Like
was
we
just-
were.
It was a stopover destination to get to Cappadocia
Mhm.
because it was the cheapest way to do it.
Let's go. Come here.
We'll just wait for Mr. Goliath to get the beast.
The beast is Kira.
Yeah.
This is for you, Kira Boo. Kira, come here, Mama.
Go.
Wait, I just touched her.
Oh, come here.
Has she not been hidden up?
This is a break, everyone.
What are
Angela,
you
this
doing?
probably looks so crazy on
What
camera.
are you doing?
I'm gonna lift
You're
her.
sexually harassing.
No,
You're so heavy.
Mama, you're so pretty.
Okay.
Leave room for Tarji.
Okay.
I'm
Do
sorry.
you think you're still in the shot?
If she hasn't touched it, then I should be.
Let me see. This is the real star of the podcast.
Yeah.
This is why we
It is.
record the podcast.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing this for.
Yeah.
Why I
This is
agreed
the
to
only
this.
audience that we have.
This is the
Yeah.
queen herself.
The
Yeah.
queen herself. Introduce
Freshly
yourself.
washed,
Yeah.
smooth,
After rolling in
fluffy.
shit.
Yeah,
and mud.
she rolled in shit.
She's so clean.
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh.
What's your number?
I'm just gonna edit in at the end.
Yeah. Kira. Put her name above her head.
So yeah, we landed in Antalya.
Yeah.
It was a stopover city. We were only there for 2 days. We were picked up by none other than
Tarek
Mr.
Yakin.
Tarek Yakan himself and his car.
Big T.
Yeah, Big T, taller T. And he drove us around. He was a personal chauffeur,
Driving on.
which we also had to feed.
Driving in a British
Yeah,
car.
in a British car in Turkey on the wrong
Mhm.
side of the road. Super dangerous, but no biggie.
And he did it really well.
Yeah, he's a good
Like
driver.
I never felt
He's a
I never
very, very
felt
good
even
driver.
for a moment I never felt like he hesitated
Yeah.
or like unsafe or
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
he's
know.
a
for
very
sure.
good driver. He's a smooth driver. He's a very good driver. Well, he's a car enthusiast. Even though his car is old, he's a car enthusiast, and he has aspirations of getting nice cars in the future.
Nice.
Yeah, he
Dream
drove
on,
us
kid.
around. Yeah.
Let him have his dream, Angela.
Yeah. What did we do on the first day when we landed? Did
Okay,
we-
let's not do this again where we're doing like
It's not a
a
chronological
minute
recap.
by minute, minute by minute, day by day thing. Let's do
Okay.
highs and lows.
Okay, what did we do on the first day?
Okay.
But what did we do on the
I
first
don't
day?
remember.
Oh, so we arrived to the Airbnb, right? And
Yeah.
then
Then we went
well,
to
we
like,
were looking for a place to eat. That
Oh,
was our
yeah.
main. That was our first
Yeah.
mission.
we went to a tourist trap.
At first. The
but
hotel, right?
Yeah, but then we got Turkish breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
At a local place.
At a
That
local
local
place. That was
place.
really nice.
That was really good. That was
Super
like a
local
highlight for me
experience.
in
There was
Antalya, for sure.
Imam cooking,
Yeah.
and the food was really cheap actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like 20 euros for everyone. That whole breakfast.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It really was.
We had some buttocks, some gözlemes, the traditional Turkish breakfast.
What's the spiral spinach thing?
That's called buttock.
Oh, that's budek.
Yeah.
Budek.
But a lot of good olives.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the olives are banging there.
Feta or
The
whatever.
yogurts.
Oh,
That's where the yogurt saga started.
Yeah. Megan fell in love with Greek yogurt like she'd
Exactly.
never
Yeah.
tasted it before.
Yeah, she was like, it's gonna run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Every
like,
meal
there's
she was
gonna be a
like,
shortage of yogurt.
Can you order yogurt?
Yeah.
The great.
Did
Yeah.
you never tried yogurt before?
The great yogurt shortage.
Literally.
2024.
I was like,
The way she was asking for yogurt, it was like,
Yeah.
please sir, some more sir.
3 pence, please.
I felt sorry for her. I was like, shit, like, we should buy some yogurt, like,
I know.
to have with us.
I remember she was like, what? Like, how do you buy this at the supermarket? And we were like, it's Greek yogurt, bitch. It's Greek yogurt. It's just the Greek yogurt. Found in every supermarket.
Yeah.
Go to your nearest Aldi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, what did we have for dinner?
That place was really nice.
This is
though.
gonna be a food review podcast.
Yeah,
We're
it's
just
gonna
talk
be
about food.
talking
Is
a lot
it?
What
about.
do we have for dinner?
Well,
Is that when we had the fish?
what did we have? I have to check my photos for us. So we kind of drove around and we walked around the main town. Remember?
Oh,
and we met all those
yeah.
cats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we went to the gate,
Um,
Hadrian's Gate.
Yeah.
Hadrian's
Hadrian's
Gate.
Gate.
The deathly Hadrian's
Yeah.
Gate.
Deathly
where if you
Gate.
slip and fall, you could.
Yeah, we
Knock
saw
a
a
tooth
woman live topple.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, she toppled.
Wait, but you know the funniest thing about the gate though? There was one cat that was chilling there that was literally cross-eyed. I'd never seen her
Yeah,
cross-eyed.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I have a picture of
Yeah,
it.
that cat was.
I actually this one. No, you were so mean about this one though.
Show it to the
I
fans.
can't.
Show it
I
to
don't know
Kira.
if they'll be able to see. Kira, can you see? Look, I'm doing like the makeup thing. I don't know if they can see with the. We'll try. We'll see if they're able to see that.
Yeah, that cat was.
She
that
was
cat
so
was so.
Her eyes were busted. I
Yeah.
won't lie, but she was so cute.
Yeah,
still.
that cat was so fucked up. The dogs were just not doing anything.
Stop.
Like they were chasing all the other cats, but this one they were like, nah, she's.
No.
Let's leave it alone.
You've had enough
Yeah.
trauma in your life.
Yeah.
So Hadrian's Gate, and then we walked around the little town for a while.
Yeah.
Explored some of the shops and stuff.
Oh yeah, you guys met loads of cats.
Yeah, we met loads of cats.
No
We
cat
love kitty
food.
cats.
Oh, that is the night we got the fish.
Oh yeah,
That was
okay.
the first night.
Yeah, we got fish.
Which was surprisingly a lot better
Hello?
than we all thought I think was gonna be.
Alright, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
Even if it was difficult to eat with the
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah, it was. It was.
That was the stale bread that night, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stale bread.
Oh, I
The
remember
one good thing about
now.
Turkey is this bread. Like they have really good bread.
Yeah.
The
And
one good thing.
And then we get
The
fucking-
one good thing. You're a fucking Turkish bitch.
He's a Turkish.
I know.
No, like a consistently good thing about Turkey is you
It's
can
the
be sure
bread.
you can have good bread, but they
Yeah.
gave
Yeah.
us stale bread. Yeah, that was
Okay.
very nice.
Let's talk about highs and lows of Antalya.
The high was
I have
probably
to look at
the
photos.
waterfall, the second one.
Oh yeah, we did a nice waterfall tour the next
we did
day.
two. We did back-to-back waterfalls.
The breakfast the next day was good, but we're talking about highs and lows. We're skipping.
That can be a high.
Food.
Don't. This ain't her fucking podcast. I'm the.
Man,
No,
I'm
it's
the leader.
Kira's podcast.
No, it's Kira Podcast. Also, this is not helpful information to anyone because you're just recounting what you did step by
Because
step.
they don't know.
You don't give any tips. You don't give any
She
suggestions.
wasn't there.
You don't give any, like, they don't even know what restaurant. You're like, that restaurant was great. What restaurant was it?
We'll link everything
I'm-
in the description.
I'm about to pull up my Google Maps.
We
just for
will
you.
link everything
You
in the
better
description.
put in
I
the
have all
fucking
the-
short code of that URL right
We'll
now.
put
You
in the
know you're not
URL
going to
and
link
everything.
nothing.
Yeah.
I know you. Oh my god. And you wouldn't even recommend half the places you're going to
Yeah, it
link.
wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. It
No,
wasn't that good.
the lunch on the first day was really good,
Oh, yeah,
and then the
lunch-
breakfast
Actually,
place the next day
wait.
was really
sorry
good.
to. Actually, Well, a friend of mine recently, he was like, I'm going to Antalya, give me some Rex. And I gave him all the nice restaurants.
Nice.
So you better
Which
take
ones?
that back.
Which ones?
The,
Which ones?
The,
Say it.
the lunch
say it,
one.
Say it. Say
The
it.
lunch one.
Say it.
Fatma's. The Fatma's.
What about the breakfast one?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fat mom.
Fatma's.
Okay. What
Fatima's.
Fatima's.
Fatima's. Okay. What else?
And I recommended him the waterfall. I recommended him the
Who
last
is this?
Ketan, my Dylan's brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I also recommend that last place we went to where they had
The dinner.
The dinner place. I
Yeah.
said that was really good
That
dinner.
shit was good.
Yeah.
Where did? Oh, that place that last
Yeah.
night.
Drop the name of that restaurant.
I picked that place.
Pablo's.
No, it
say
was
it out loud.
called. I have to find the name of it. I can't find the name of it. We'll add
It'd be
the
with
link.
an M, I think.
We'll add the
There
link.
is no link.
No, there will be. There's a link. In
I can tell
in
you
the
right now.
description.
I can tell you right now when Tarsha uploads this video, it will be without links. Because
I'll
Click-
find the name
click
of it
here.
then.
Click here.
Click here.
Kira.
Below.
Kira.
Click
Kira.
here below.
you sure pause. Just fat finger it.
Oh, she's so cute. So yeah, that
Yeah.
dinner was.
Sultans? Was it called like Sultan?
Oh no, Fatma Sultan was
See?
the. Fatma Sultan was the dinner on the last night.
See?
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 That one,
yeah,
that,
see?
that one was called Fatma
See?
too.
Oh,
Everyone
No,
was
but
called
the one
Fatma.
that we went to
Is that a
the
Turkish
first
name?
day.
There was Fatmas
I don't
everywhere.
think it was
Fatmas.
Fatma. No, the
You
one
have
that we
a
went to on
Fatma.
the first day was Koi. I don't know how you say
Oh,
this
yeah.
in
I'm
Turkish.
just joking.
Oh yeah.
Koi
Village kitchen.
Mutfagi.
Koi mutfağı. Village kitchen.
How did you hear me?
Mutfaga.
What? What'd you say?
I was like, you have a fat mom.
You have a real
Damn,
mature
you fat,
guys.
man.
We're really mature in this group here.
That's also racist because that's a name. It's a religious name.
And it's also it's but
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
I would say the highlights of Antalya, in addition to the food,
The cats.
was obviously the cats,
Mm.
but the waterfalls were just really fun.
Which one?
Yeah.
The first one,
First one
we went
wasn't
to
like-
two, right?
Yeah, the first one wasn't that
I
scenic.
actually
The
liked
second
the first one. The
first
second
one
one
was
was
like a
more
cave.
true nature. The
Yeah.
second one was more true nature waterfalls. And
Mm.
that one was, you could get more of a little walk in, like you had to climb some steps and things like that. The first one was just cool. It was like quick and easy.
Yeah.
You know, they had like the bat cave and like there was a lot more people.
Oh yeah, the Bat Cave.
Yeah,
I
that was
literally
scary.
Don't even remember the second one.
Really? The second one was the one where we got the Turkish coffee. At the
In
end.
the
Oh, right.
river.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
the more like Instagrammable place.
Yeah.
Got it. Highlight of Antalya for me was Perth. The
Oh,
The ancient
yeah,
city.
that was actually really cool.
Oh, yes!
Yeah,
I
Wow,
totally
we
did
totally
that.
missed
It
that.
was a Perth. It
What
was
is
a
it
Perth.
called? What was it
It was
called?
called Perge.
Perge.
Sorry, bitch.
Perge.
Perge.
There's no TH in there. It's
No,
P-E-R-G-E.
that was really cool.
You know what some
There-
Turkish
there's no
like,
way you can
letters,
pronounce
like,
it,
with the
Perth.
Turkish-
No matter which way you read it, it's not Perth.
I don't know, with the Turkish alphabet, like you never know. You're Tarkan, not Tarjan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Swap
one
that.
letter. But it's Perge. Yeah, it was really nice.
Perge
actually.
was real, and it was much bigger than I think any of us
Yeah,
thought.
it was
Yeah, it was
huge.
huge.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And we
it
only
was
had
huge.
access to like a tenth of it.
Yeah.
The visitors area was only the tenth.
We played some.
We should have actually
fun games
walked
in
down
there.
that path a little bit where it said no visitors.
Yeah.
Because that's where the houses were.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the accommodation was. We should have
Yeah.
just had
We
a
should've
little
just done
sneak
it.
peek.
Next
Yeah.
time.
We should have just done it. Yeah.
Next
And the-
historical
yeah.
park.
And the theatre, which we climbed up, was nice, wasn't it?
That was
At the
nice.
Yeah,
top.
that was super
Yeah.
nice.
There was even a cat there at the top.
The Olympic Stadium
Yeah.
where we had our Olympic games.
Oh yeah, yeah. the
Oh
Olympic
yeah,
Games.
where was that actually? Like, what was that supposed to be?
I think it was a stadium.
That
Oh, it was a stadium. Oh, it was a
yeah,
stadium.
Where they did
Okay, okay.
sports. So.
And we
That
did
was
the
fun.
hide and
Yeah,
seek.
Tarek won. Oh yeah, Tarek won the race.
Yeah.
Barely.
The hide and seek
Yeah.
was Megan won the hide and seek.
She did.
Yeah.
She did win.
If
that
it wasn't
one.
for Angela
Yeah.
giving her up, I would not have found her. Why are you such a snitch? She was like, oh, I think
Oh,
Taja
oh.
saw, and then she tried to put it somewhere else, like I was gonna fucking fall for it.
Wait, but someone screamed something like ice cream, and she ended up popping her head up.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like
yeah.
that. So she gave herself away.
We were very imaginative in that park, though.
Yeah.
And we dilly-dallied for...
Yeah,
No.
hours.
We spent a while there.
Yeah, it was a really long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
The best part was that Tarek had like a brand new iPhone 15 Pro or whatever,
Oh yeah, Pro
and
Max.
he refused to take any photos of
Yeah.
the group.
Why?
So Tarj was taking photos, and that's why in all our group photos it's you, me, Megan,
Yeah.
and Tarek.
Oh my
And
god.
Tarj is behind the
Yeah.
camera.
That's so... I didn't even know that.
He bought this £1,200 phone. He didn't want to take no pictures.
Why?
Yeah, why?
He's not really a picture taker, that's why I think.
I would have taken
So-
the pictures on his phone for him.
So for me, it was like I was more interested in how the pictures would have looked. And that's when I checked out the zoom, because I heard about the zoom, and that's when I was like, okay, let me test the zoom.
Yeah.
And I zoomed in on you walking
Flipping
around.
you off?
Yeah, flipping me off.
Yeah.
And that was it in Italia. I don't think we did anything else other than the restaurant.
yeah.
Then we
Okay, that was
flew.
Okay, let me lead this.
Okay, go.
Okay, Cappadocia. Hot air balloons. Would you guys do it again?
No.
No.
Depending on the price, actually, I'll tell you that right. Depending on the price.
Yeah.
If it's like less than 100, maybe 80 euros, I'll do it.
Okay. Wait, tell them a little bit about like what we did, how much we paid, what we had to do the morning of.
So we actually were pretty spontaneous about it in the sense that we didn't really research anything beforehand, right? When we arrived to our accommodations or the hotel, kind of hostel we were staying at ish. I don't know, what was it? Was it hotel? No, it was a hotel, right?
It was a
Honestly,
hotel.
I don't know. It was a mix.
It was a hotel with shared bathrooms, which I thought they were private.
Yeah, and that's giving more like hostel vibes, but it still
Yeah.
didn't feel like a hostel.
Yeah.
It
a
was
one
good. It
bedroom.
worked. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it worked. It was fine. It was clean.
Yeah,
so
I never
like,
had to wait for the toilet.
yeah, me either. Thankfully.
Yeah.
Or the
'Cause
shower.
I used it a
Yeah.
lot. I used the toilet a lot.
These two have IBS.
Yeah, I used the
I have
toilet
more than
a
that.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought both the toilets were shared, but then you were like, "Oh, why using some the other doors toilets?"
But I think
feel
they
like,
used our bathroom at some
yeah,
point.
someone's
yeah.
towels
Maybe
were
'cause-
hanging up, right?
Yeah.
Maybe no, I think those towels were
Old towels.
old towels.
Ew.
Maybe.
Ew.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Ew. I didn't know. I thought it was the boys' towels.
But the boys left after the first day.
No,
No.
they didn't.
Second day.
They were there all 3 days.
They were
we
there the full
Oh.
time we were there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were there
There
before
were some
us.
Chinese girls, Asian girls.
That's a different. They were on a
I
different
think they were on a
floor.
different floor. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them on our floor.
Yeah, I think at some point maybe they got
They
confused,
got confused,
or
okay,
something.
yeah.
Using the
I don't know.
toilet.
No, like coming out of one of the rooms.
Okay.
Ooh,
well, that's
maybe they were. My brain immediately goes to just people mingling.
I feel like these. No, I could not see them together. These
Yeah.
were like older Chinese ladies. No.
Oh.
They weren't
Okay.
ladies. What? They were like our age or younger.
Okay.
I thought
you
they
a
were
lady?
younger.
The boys were 22.
They were 25.
Okay, whatever.
But
Anyways,
going back to so we essentially got recommended 2 places from the host of
Yeah.
the hotel.
Yeah, the cleaner lady.
Was she the host or
No, she was a clean lady.
the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
cleaning lady there?
She was so talkative. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you the best deal. I'm gonna give you the best deal because you're Turkish, you're my brother. Like we have to stick together." And she gave me the same price. I was like, "It's in the catalog." And I called her up on it. I was like, "Oh, well, you're giving me a discounted price, but it's the same price in the catalog." And then she was like, "Oh, because that's sometimes the price doesn't include food. It says on the catalog, food included." Like,
But was it in English and she just couldn't read it?
no, it's in English. No, but she was trying to be like, "Oh, maybe you're looking at something where they don't it doesn't include the food,
Yeah.
but it did
Yeah.
include it." She was trying to make me feel special.
Everything
like.
included
Yeah.
the food.
And maybe she did maybe like we could have got it cheaper, but because she took her commission, it ended up being the same price.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we found so there were two options essentially. We already had our options limited down for us.
Yeah,
essentially
on what was good, yeah.
on recommendations from this one lady. And then I don't know what happened the next day. I kind of checked out when we were walking
that
around.
night actually, our first night, we did the Turkish night.
Yeah.
Right.
With the dancing and the
Yes.
crazy Asian guys.
Yes. Oh
the
my
crazy
God.
molesting Asian
The
guys.
poor
the
belly
crazy-
dancers.
I know, but there was a
Yeah.
crazy white dude in the cowboy hat.
And
that
someone got
kicked
thrown
first.
out.
Oh no, he was
Yeah.
Turkish. He was Turkish.
Oh, he was
What?
Turkish?
Yeah, he was
What?
Turkish, yeah,
He was
yeah.
just wearing a cowboy
Why
hat.
was he there?
He's just having a good time.
But he knows what this is all about.
Yeah.
He was just drunk. He was super drunk.
He was so drunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, okay, so with the balloons, sorry to take a step back,
Yeah.
but with the balloons, so basically, like, when we arrived that morning, we had heard that the balloons that were scheduled to fly that day got canceled because of the weather.
That morning, yeah.
So everyone who had booked a balloon for that day was then going on a balloon the following day.
Yeah.
And they had already forecasted that the balloons for the day after
And the day after that.
also, and the day after that were completely canceled. So basically, the day after the day that we landed was the only opportunity we
For
had to
everyone.
fly
Yeah,
for everyone who was staying in Cappadocia for the next few days. Anyways, so we had waited a little bit just to see if there were like other prices available for the hot air balloons, but just waiting that like 1 to 2 hours, like we had already like basically pigeonholed ourselves into a few options, and most people like were charging like 270 euros and above,
300.
like 300 euros to ride a balloon.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
it was wild.
And the 300 one was 2 separate balloons.
Oh, it was 2 separate
Like-
balloons.
So we wouldn't have been in the same
Yeah,
balloon.
they were
That's
like, oh,
crazy.
we can put 2 of you on one balloon, 2 of you on another
No,
balloon.
the whole point is to be together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we only paid 10 euros extra each. Because the original quote was 240.
240.
And then those people actually said 260. And then we walked out.
And
And then the
said-
guy ran after me and he was like, okay, I can do it for 250.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so we ended up going on a balloon the following morning for 250 a person, 1,000 euros altogether. There were like 20 people
Yeah.
in this very, very tiny basket plus 2 operators. And it was very beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know like what exactly was going on with like some balloons going up and then down and then
That-
like
it was
we being the
the-
second wave
It was
or
not
something.
enough wind initially. Because you actually need wind for the balloons to travel.
Okay.
And when the first set of balloons went up, the wind stopped. So they couldn't actually
Oh,
go anywhere. So some of them was coming down and then the wind picked up and then that's when everyone went back up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say my favorite part of the balloon. Well, no, the being up there in the air was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that it wasn't as sunny as I think all of us would have hoped. That would have added just a nice little extra pizzazz to the whole experience. But I actually really liked seeing the balloons being lit up when it was still not sunrise yet, and I just loved the colors and the fire. Like it was just very pretty seeing them up in the sky. I think I almost enjoyed that more in a way than the actual balloon experience, but it was I'm still really happy that we did it.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I agree.
Well, that was my second attempt at trying to do the balloons in the same place.
You didn't go the first time. You couldn't go the first time.
Yeah, the first time it was too windy, and I was there 3 days because I had heard that going there one day is too risky, so that's why I recommended more days in there.
It was smart.
But when I went, even those 3 days we couldn't go.
Yeah, all days.
It was I went in like winter for Turkey and it was snowing. And
that kind of sucks.
so this is my second time going, and there was only one opportunity to do it. 250. I had to pay.
Yeah.
Well, we all had to pay.
But to be fair, I think going into it, even before we left for Turkey, we had that was like the ballpark anyways. We had all imagined it would be. So it seems like, you know.
No matter what price it was, I think, obviously no matter what, like, what would be the max that you would have paid?
I think 300 would have been my top.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everything was in that range anyways.
Yeah.
You know?
And they make so much money off it, right?
Honestly,
because they give a refund to the people who can't do it again.
Yeah.
And the people that do it the next day, they have to pay more anyway.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much it costs for them to actually run the operation.
I doubt it costs them that much. They make a lot of money.
How much does a hot
'Cause-
air balloon even cost?
Because they're only really paying for like the generators for the fans, which keep the balloon open,
Yeah.
and then for the fuel.
Yeah. Wait, don't forget the breakfast.
Oh yeah,
Don't forget the
breakfast.
amazing.
Oh, and our
Yeah.
certificates.
Oh, yeah, the
our,
certificate.
our amazing
Yeah.
certificates
Oh, yeah.
that we got awarded for riding a
Yeah.
hot air balloon.
Yeah, but it was thick paper though. Like that was some of the
Yeah.
thickest
Angela,
paper.
you're the first one to throw yours.
Yeah, I
out.
Yeah.
use mine to clean up dog shit or something like that. I don't know what I do.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And we got champagne. They sprayed champagne on us.
Yeah.
Why though?
That was
Yeah, I
a
don't
little. That
Why?
It's like 6
There
a.m.
was no need for that. There was no need for that.
I wanted to know. I didn't
Yeah.
understand.
And they butchered nearly everyone's names.
Yeah.
Except Tarzan.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
mine.
They were like Tarzan, Yakan, and he's
Yeah.
like here.
Here.
You know that episode of Key and Peele
Yeah,
where he's like,
Aaron.
"Hey, Ron."
Aaron, yeah. Aaron.
And at the end, they're like, what was his name?
Aaron. I don't know.
No, the guy at the end. He's
Oh, I
like,
don't know.
"Blah," and he's like, present.
We
Yeah.
have to
Just
watch
get- anyways.
the clip again.
Someone fill that in. Kira,
yeah.
get on it.
Kira Boo.
Kira, get on it.
But
Be nice.
yeah, it was still cool. It was a good time, and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
much smoother than I expected it to be.
Yeah,
I really
you
didn't,
didn't
feel
feel anything,
anything.
yeah.
Even the landing was
Honestly,
smooth.
nothing.
We
Yeah.
landed directly on a truck.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I did feel bad. There did seem like there was some baskets that were landing like in the mountains.
Oh yeah, there was a
That
few,
seemed
few bad
little
landings. There was a
scary.
few bad landings.
Yeah.
That seemed
Did you
like-
see the one that was like literally in a
Sideways.
valley, like
Yeah.
kind of sideways? And I was like, oh
Yeah.
dear God, how did this thing land here?
Yeah.
But I can see the landings are, you're protected.
Yeah.
Like, especially us four, we were like kind of snug.
Yeah.
So we would have been protected, I think, for
Yeah.
like.
Because it's not
By
like you're
what?
really gonna tip over per se.
Yeah.
Or...
But even if it did, you like hold on to the ropes and like.
Yeah.
I think it was, and the basket was quite sturdy.
Yeah.
We would have just
It
cushioned
was.
each other. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think like the horseback riding experience that we did was a bit scarier.
That was
Yeah.
was
My
scarier,
fucking
but
horse.
I loved that
Yeah,
experience. Like
same.
I really had such a good time.
Yeah, same.
It was
same,
so
same.
cool. Like I was talking about it with my friends, and I think it sounds like such a dumb reference, but I feel like it just felt more like you got to really experience like the mountain vibes of Cappadocia, whereas the hot air balloon, like I would imagine Turks historically, like Turks aren't out here riding hot air balloons
No,
back
yeah,
in the day,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
just a fun
Yeah.
activity
Yeah.
thing, but the horseback riding is really more like
'Cause that
I
was the
imagine
path
that's
they
part of
actually took.
the culture, like
Yeah.
that's the path they actually took. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I think I really liked it a lot too.
Yeah.
And even
I
just
loved it.
seeing the houses that they used to live in is very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Like the stone houses that they carved out.
The
Yeah.
underground city.
The underground
Oh,
city,
yeah,
That
yeah.
was so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The guide was a hoot, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, he told us he was gonna take us on an hour-long tour.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 20 minutes later, he was like, "Yeah, I don't accept a credit card. You need to
Yeah.
get some cash."
Even though at the beginning I was like, "Do you take card?" And he was like, "Yeah, we'll handle it."
oh jeez.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was it. Wait, going back to the horses for a second, I just thought it was funny how like my horse was completely tamed, and meanwhile I had like a guy holding the snout of my horse from time to time, and Tarja's horse was literally like wilding out. Like,
My horse was so annoying.
yeah, your horse was so
It was
naughty.
dangerous too, because
Yeah,
sometimes it just wanted to eat all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes we would be going downhill,
Yeah.
so I'm already like leaning back,
Yeah.
and then he would go down
Yeah.
to get food.
Even more down.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I'm about
Yeah.
to fucking fall flat
Yeah.
on my face.
And some of the passageways were very narrow. Like
Yes.
where it was only the horse's two legs that could fit in
Yeah.
at a time, and those were pretty cool but scary but
Yeah.
cool. But I was very impressed because that was your second time ever on a
Oh
horse.
yeah, I'm very
ever.
comfortable with animals.
And
I
she
think.
was so good.
Oh, thank you. All I had to do was sit.
No, you were good. But I think clearly not everyone is good, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
or
Russian girl fell.
That Russian girl fell.
I don't even know how she felt. Like, did anyone see that?
I didn't, but everyone thought it was me at the end. Like, I had so many people come up to me and they were like, "Are you okay? Like, are you okay? That must have hurt." And I was like,
I
"That
think it's the
wasn't
black
me. It was
hair.
that girl."
Yeah.
No, literally, it's because we both have black hair and
Yeah.
black clothes on.
Yeah, that's so.
but it
funny.
wasn't me. But
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
I
wild.
wouldn't be surprised if she fell because she was trying to take a selfie.
probably she was on the phone at one point, literally.
Oh my god, I
talking
know.
on
I
the
remember.
phone.
We were like, "What the hell? This is supposed to be
Yeah.
a scenic journey. Like,
Yeah.
stop talking to your
Yeah.
mom or whatever."
I think she was an OnlyFans girl.
How do you know that?
Just
She was
because she
taking
had
content.
boobs doesn't.
No, but you should have seen the content she was filming with her friend.
Yeah.
What?
Like
Well,
she was
who
on a
would pay
horse.
for that on OnlyFans?
No, she was on a horse like this, and her friend was on the floor, like on her feet, filming, and she went like this, and then she was doing this,
Oh my.
and her feet and her boobs were fake, and her boobs, and she was doing this, and then there's a guy waiting to get her friend on the horse. She's like, please, come on, and then they're like, okay, wait, and they're filming, and she's like this, she's like this. And then the guy's
Do it
like,
again,
please,
do it
come
again.
on.
Harsh
do it."
does it really well.
The
Do
guy's,
it again.
the guy is like, please, we're waiting, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so her friend's like, okay, fine. Like, they're making this guy wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to get everyone else on horses too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the girl who fell got on the horse, and the horse was like not, I don't know, moving back or something. And she was like hitting the course and like being aggressive with the horse and saying, like, don't leave me alone with this horse. This horse is not listening to me. Like,
She was getting very agitated
Yeah,
at the
for
horse,
the horse.
it seems.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not the horse's fault.
Yeah.
I know.
she didn't know how to
So
control it, and she
mean.
was like just being mean to the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she deserved
She
it.
was a
Yeah,
character.
she deserved the
But,
fall.
Oh my god.
But the overall, like, we had a good group. We all had nice horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horses were very well looked after, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they seemed good. They were very calm.
Yeah.
I never felt like they were overly skittish or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
My horse ran at one point. He got startled by the
Oh,
dog.
with the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
understandable. Those dogs are big
It's his
and
dog.
scary. Is it?
Yeah, it was the dog of the farm. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's around that dog his whole life.
Yeah.
This whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dog, your horse was really funny.
Yeah.
And we traded horses in the beginning because I was
Yeah.
nervous to go on the high horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually get the smaller ones.
Yeah, get off your high horse.
Yeah. I had to sooner or later.
Yeah.
The food in Cappadocia, I don't really remember too much.
Me either.
Me neither. It was just like standard,
Yeah.
whatever.
We had some bougie breakfast.
The bread place, the fresh bread place was good though. Remember the bakery where we
Oh,
got?
the bakery.
I don't think you ate any of the bread. It's the one that we bought for the dogs.
Oh, the bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That
stuff
bread
was
looks so
cool.
good. I kind of regret not eating some.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should
We just
have.
ate it.
I ate so much.
We gave it to the dogs with milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were eating good, those dogs.
Yeah.
Those dogs,
They were
we
eating
bought like
good.
2 big cartons of milk
Mm.
and then like 5 baguettes, and we were just leaving like food all across Cappadocia for them. Meanwhile, they're really well fed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
Turkish people, I think it's because of their religion. They have to take care. They feel like they have to take care of the dogs, so they take care of the dogs and
They're
cats.
just
Yeah.
good to the animals.
Yeah.
But not every, I don't think it's just a religion thing because I feel like there are a lot of other countries that have, like I think Turkey is unique in that they are so good with animals because
Yeah.
I feel that I haven't noticed that or heard that.
Yeah.
in
But
other-
there's a word in Turkish called sevap. It's
Mm.
like, it's not charity, but it's like looking after, being like, so I don't know how to explain it, but when they give food to dogs
Yeah.
or like food to, I don't know, the homeless or something,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
call it sevap. So it's like under
Yeah.
the category of like charity kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So like my parents, when they feed the dogs, they do it because of sevap. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's
just
part of
a
the
nice
religion.
thing to
Yeah.
do.
Is
It's
it like
the-
karma?
Kind of like sevap is also the reason why during Ramadan everyone's so generous.
Mm.
Oh.
It's part of their religion to be
Yeah,
generous. They have to be generous.
The generosity,
Yeah.
especially for people or animals that are in vulnerable positions that depend on other people.
Yeah.
So, there's that whole element.
And we gave some dogs salami too. That was.
We gave some cats bologna.
Yeah.
That was
They
fun.
loved it.
Because I think they get. Well, the milk bread they all loved.
Yeah.
Because I think they just eat kibble most of the time.
Yeah. They love that milky
dry,
bread.
Yeah, that dry kibble. I guess they get bored of it.
Yeah.
The milk bread they love. That's like I love my parents. Because you were just giving them dry bread. And
Yeah,
like,
I know.
what
I
the
felt
fuck's
so
this?
bad. They didn't like
They
it.
didn't like the dry bread.
Some
for
of those
anything.
were like fresh, crunchy baguettes.
Yeah.
So I was
So
like,
they were eating good, especially.
I was
when they
like,
had
you
the
don't like
milk.
this? I'll eat
Yeah.
this. Like this is
Yeah.
tastes
Yeah,
good.
Cappadocia was nice. It was like a nice. It was a nice time, but I'd say the highlights were the balloon experience. Like you go there more for the activities, I would say.
Yeah, like it's not really a food capital or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's for the
At least
It's quite
anywhere we
touristy.
went.
It's
It's
quite
very touristy,
Yeah.
and it feels very touristy and catered to tourists.
yeah.
And obviously we were there because we were tourists,
Yeah.
but
And the prices were touristy.
yeah. But I also feel like the underground city and stuff that was really cool. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
it was
definitely
sick.
you could like try and picture. I mean, it's hard to even really imagine, but imagine what people who lived there thousands of years ago, what their life was like, what the land was like, and that was like a cool side of Cappadocia that I feel maybe a lot of people don't think about when they go there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a very interesting historical place.
Yeah.
And the balloon, well, it's known for its balloons.
Right. That's why people go there, really,
Yeah, just
to
for the
be
balloons.
honest. For the photos and the balloons.
The balloons.
When the viewpoints had some nice views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hikes and stuff.
I mean, the rock formations are just beautiful there, so there's a lot to see.
It's impressive.
Alrighty, moving on to Istanbul.
Istanbul, baby!
We were there the
3
most.
days?
3 days, yeah.
4 days?
3 or 4 days.
3 or 4? 4?
Yeah, technically 4, I suppose.
Yeah.
What are your highs and lows?
What do I even remember of Istanbul?
Yeah, Istanbul was busy because we went from beach town to
The mountains.
touristy mountains we went from like local beach town to touristy mountains to like bustling city.
Yeah.
Full of tourists. So
Yeah.
Full of everything
Yeah,
where you
it's
could
fun.
get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was so amazed by how much bigger Istanbul was than I thought it would be. I don't know
yeah.
why. Or I assumed it was a big city, but I just didn't realize how much ground there was to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like how London and New York are laid out almost.
Yeah.
Where, like everything was really spread apart. The fact that we had to take a boat from one part of the city to another part, I was like, this is still the same city.
Yeah.
It was impossible to walk.
Yeah.
Like it was not walkable at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I think
I won't say not walkable,
the
but
touristic center is probably walkable, like an hour.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even that, we only went to like this much of
Right.
it. 'Cause
Yeah, for sure.
it was really big. Like
You're only
Yeah.
scratching the surface.
Yeah. We stayed in Karakoy,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
Okay.
Right by the Galeta Tower. Galata, and I thought that neighborhood was really nice. It looked like more fun, modern, like the Soho house was like 10 minutes away. Like there were so many like cute bookstores and like little cafes around us.
I think the actual Karakoy area was the area where we got the food and we went shopping.
Oh, the pizza,
The not the P day, was it the P day? On the last
Lamajun.
night. The Lamajun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamajun.
That area where we had the breakfast when Megan left that
oh
day.
right, yeah.
That area was nice too because it was like more
local, yeah.
calm, quiet. Like Galata area was definitely like bustling,
Yeah.
which was nice. But it's like a nice,
yeah,
more calm area.
The other thing that I didn't realize was how hilly Istanbul was.
Yeah. It's like
Yes,
Lisbon.
yes.
Yeah, like I felt like I was really getting my steps in. Like it
Yes.
was giving Lisbon. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't expect that either, to be honest.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why isn't the city flat the entire
Yeah.
time I was walking? I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
It makes you really appreciate like flat cities.
Yeah, Valencia,
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Even London isn't like
Yeah,
so
even
flat.
London is.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you go like Chingford, if you go even up on Leibridge
That
Road.
sounds like a slur.
Even if you go up Leibridge Road,
Yeah,
like past Aldi, there's a hill.
yeah. There's one hill.
Yeah,
There's a
it
singular
goes
hill.
up.
Singular hill.
There's a singular
It goes
hill that you should be aware of.
But the
Yeah.
food in Istanbul was really nice as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
the food was so good.
Istanbul is like.
We tried a few
I definitely
different
want
things.
to go back for sure. I never got to see my Hagia Sophia, but that's okay because
Oh yeah, the
I'm
queue
moving
was
to Europe
crazy.
anyways. So.
Yeah.
The queue was too
Um,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most annoying thing about that is they advertise queue jump
Yeah.
for double the price. So the price was €25 to get in, and then they advertise queue jump for €50, but you're only jumping the queue to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
Not the actual.
Where there
entrance
wasn't even
queue.
where
There was
wasn't
no
e-
line.
There was no line
there
to
was
jump.
no queue. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no queue to jump.
Yeah.
But the queue to get in was like
2 hours maybe.
like honestly there were like 300 people waiting in the queue
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we showed up the second day.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a 2 hour
It just
wait.
wasn't meant to be this time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know I've only been. I think I'm sure like in the Muslim countries and like Asia and stuff, they would have temples more than they would like mosques, right? Or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We
For
went
most
to
of
one.
Southeast
We went
Asia.
to one of the biggest mosques.
The new
in,
mosque, right?
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one in Istanbul, I think it was called the new mosque. The one that we
Yeah,
went to.
the one we went to is New Mosque. There's so many mosques there, though.
It was
There's so many. There's too many mosques.
that
Yeah.
alone was very impressive.
Yeah, and they're all huge.
Yeah, and I was very, like, I guess I'm used to the Catholic churches and things like that. Or, no, I'm more familiar with, like, the ostentatiousness of the Catholic churches and things like the Vatican. And obviously, those are kind of just well known around the world. But I felt like I was so humbled by the intricacies of just that one mosque alone. We saw
Yeah.
like how beautiful it was, how intricate the designs were, like the architecture, like it just was so. I don't think I've ever been that impressed by a church or a religious building, like a sacred building like that in a long time actually.
Yeah, mosques are usually generally all like that pretty.
Yeah.
And even like the smaller ones can have crazy artwork. But you could in Istanbul, I feel like you can do a mosque tour.
Exactly.
Like, there's
Yeah,
so many mosques.
yeah,
So
yeah.
many.
Like even from our window.
Yeah. Remember we
Yeah.
couldn't identify which one was the
Yeah,
Hagia Sophia
yeah.
first
Oh my
because
Some
they
of
were
them
all
so
so
many. There's, like,
big.
Why are they so
God.
close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the call to prayer.
You
And
just
then
need
it's
to
But
like,
do
when
a
you
mosque
call,
call.
you need to go.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
go.
yeah, and obviously
When the call comes.
they obviously have it because whenever a call to prayer goes, you should be able to get to a mosque
Yeah.
quickly. That's why
Yeah.
they have it. But they're too big.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need two absolutely gigantic ones like
Yeah.
across the road from each other? Like, are they in competition?
Yeah.
Who
That's like
knows?
prime real estate in
Yeah.
the city, isn't
Yeah.
it?
But it does make the skyline.
It's the skyline's
Yeah,
very beautiful.
the skyline is amazing.
At
yeah.
night when
At
they're lit up.
night, it was so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame none of us are Muslim.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it more. I think.
Tarj, you're a resident Muslim.
I'm an ex-Muslim.
No, it was
I'm a
it
former
was
Muslim.
very, very, very cool.
When did you leave the
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 faith?
Muslimhood?
The faith.
Probably in my teenage years.
Okay, so you weren't in it for very long.
No.
Do you think you would ever go back?
I would never say never about most things, but I don't see myself going back.
What are your favorite, I guess, tenets or anything of the religion that maybe even if you don't identify as religious or Muslim, but are still values of the religion that you really appreciate or you feel like you like to embody or are important to you?
I feel like the core morals of religion not just Islam, but most religions have the same morals. I think I embody the morals very well. It's just more like the requirements that I don't follow, like praying 5 times a day, or like going to Mecca, like those. But at the root of most religion, the morals is be a good person and treat everyone with respect.
Yeah.
And I think I did, and like give to charity, and so I think the morals of all religion are good. It's just when the problem that I find with religion is it's very interpretive, because there's no one, like, you can't ask God, hey, am I interpreting this right? Everyone just has their own interpretations, and then some interpretations are shared widely, and then they form groups, and then they have disagreements on the interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where all the problems come from, and that's what I disagree with.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? I didn't grow up with religion, so.
Oh, I mean, I was raised Catholic. I always tell people I'm culturally Catholic, or I was raised culturally Catholic, in the sense that both of my parents came from really Catholic, traditional Catholic backgrounds. My mom obviously like the Latin American version, which that's, you know, even today I would say Catholicism in Latin America still has a very, very strong influence compared to obviously the US, which feels a bit more secular these days. And my father, you know, even though he grew up in New York, like both of his parents, they were very like Catholic, Italian Catholic, like just very, you know, diligent about rituals and going to church and prayers and things of that nature. But yeah, I would say, my parents tried to raise me to, they wanted me to have exposure to certain aspects of Catholicism, and eventually they joined the Protestant church for their own reasons. But at some point I just felt that religion as an institution it didn't speak to me in the way that I think my own individual relationship with, a higher power does. For kind of probably a lot of the reasons that, Tarsh kind of alluded to. But I do understand why people feel the need to have a religion, or why they are attracted to it. A lot of the times I do think at the end of the day people need to believe in something. So I respect other people's need for that, and I can understand it. And I think having shared value systems can be really good. I do believe in having tenets of values and morals that you can kind of hold on to and use as like your guide, but I personally feel like I don't identify as religious, but I've grown up around it so much that it just feels, again, more like a cultural aspect of my life than it does a belief system, if that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I grew up atheist because my parents grew up in communist China, and in communist China they don't have religion, because anything that opposes the dictator, like not the dictator, but the chairman like is a threat to the entire society. And so anyways, I didn't grow up with religion, but I feel like the older I get, the more spiritual I become, and the more I understand how like why people seek a religion, but even more than that, they seek out like the community that comes along with believing in a certain religion as well. So I get it. I'm still I feel like I'm more spiritual than religious.
Me too.
And I'm just open to not knowing the things that I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the main pull of religion, aside from the community stuff. It answers questions that people have.
Yeah.
The existential questions.
It answers
why are we here?
Yeah, it answers all those questions.
What is any of this for?
You believe it because it sounds the most Like it gives you a answer, even though
they can be very contradictory
answers.
answers.
The answers can be contradictory. I guess it gives a comfort knowing that they have an answer. And they believe the answer, so that's the right answer for them.
Yeah.
But some things, like, why do you need an answer?
I think it's just a human nature to need to believe in.
Because there's some questions that nobody, like, it's impossible to know what the answer is. And then here comes an answer. So you go with it. Like, what happens after you die? That's like an answer. There's no science that can test it. So here comes a book that says, okay, this is what happens. So you accept it.
It is kind of funny though how all religions kind of have a similar, at the core they're all very similar. So I don't think that's accidental, right? I think there's obviously something, of course, out there, but you know, I think again, religions as institutions, when they developed into those systems, I think it took quite a different turn, and that's when things kind of started getting crazy.
Like, I think at the root of most religions is good.
But it's like a framework for how to be a good person.
And it
at
works.
the root of all religion.
The frameworks are good.
Like the core foundational building blocks, I feel like, are solid.
Exactly.
It's just like the specific texts in which people extrapolate and have like interpretations that don't align with those core foundations and like are super divisive, where I find problems, because you can't have one group that's thriving and oppressing another in like, I just don't think that like you could thrive as a religion while you're oppressing another group because of that same religious text. It like just goes against the whole foundational principle that like you should be striving to be a good person. Like it just feels very utilitarian.
And the requirement from most religions also is like to spread the message of that religion and accept that religion as the one true religion. It seems quite salesman-y to me. It just seems quite salesman-y.
And there are
I feel like they add that in as like a clause. I was like, by the way.
It sounds like this when I went to Turkey and I wanted to get a shoulder operation. I went and inquired, and the shoulder doctor was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best doctor in the world. Like all the other doctors, they're shit. Don't go to all the other doctors. Come to me. I know everything about shoulders."
Well, it is really interesting to see how obviously religion as like a power tool has been used to like expand empires or cultures, and even just thinking, like I was telling you, you should definitely watch Shogun on Hulu in the US. I don't know where it is in the UK or Europe, but the whole, or like part of the underpinning premise of the story is this English Protestant man arrives in Japan in the 1600s, where at the time the Japanese had only known the Portuguese Catholics, and there's essentially this whole dynamic where the Portuguese Catholics are trying to spread their religion, but really they're trying to increase trade, get more money for the crown. Obviously they're using the name of religion to do that, and then you start to see the tensions once the Japanese are introduced to Protestants from England at the time, and they're trying to spread their message. So it's just an interesting it's interesting kind of seeing how at the core it seems like
it doesn't really feel like spreading a message. It just feels like conquering. Like a message spreading would be like, oh yeah, like her shoes are not nice, go tell her.
It feels like false pretenses, which is what rubs me the wrong way.
I feel like there's still like, what do you guys think about missionaries then, especially to places that are like?
Yeah, it's a bit boring.
Didn't we know?
It's a bit boring.
Didn't we know somebody who was a missionary, or didn't you know someone who was?
One of my really good friends in Barcelona, her parents were missionaries in South Africa, which
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I don't know, which is known to be very problematic these days.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know.
I guess my question is, who? This probably sounds so silly and dumb, but my question is, aren't missionary, or my understanding is missionaries are there to spread the word of whichever religion or God.
Yeah.
But we all know they exist at this point in this world. Like, there's no, I think it's the element of trying to convince someone to enter a faith. Not that, I don't think that in and of itself is bad, but shouldn't you want people to want to join because they want to join, not because you
I don't actually know what missionary
them?
is. Is it like Jehovah's Witness kind of vibes? Or?
No, I think every religion, like Christian, it's very popular in Christianity. Like, missionaries are people who are just essentially assigned to go to different parts of the world and spread the word of a particular religion, introduce people to a religious text, get them to know about it, and hopefully, you know, I mean, I think at the end of it, the hope is that they join the faith. And
I do think that you'd be surprised at, like, they obviously have success. Maybe it's a low percentage of conversions. Like, if they visit 100 people, maybe even 200 people, only one person they convert. But that's still enough success, I guess, for them to keep going. Because if let's say you're at a really low point in your life, and then these guys come to you with like the answers that help you feel better about the where you are in life, and it just feels like, okay, like I've been found, like I resonate with the message that these people are telling me at this critical point in my life. You can see why they'll be like, okay, yeah, like maybe I should look into this.
Yeah, it makes sense. I understand why people
like
would go into
lost
it.
Lost souls are found.
I mean, even kind of what we were talking about, like, during the trip, which, like, we won't bring it up really here, but in essence, like, everyone's looking for some kind of religion to follow, even if it's not actual religion, you know? Like, we're all...
You want to belong.
You want to belong, you want to feel like you can make sense of things, you want some kind of guidance to feel like, you know, you have a blueprint of how to navigate things in this world. You want someone who feels like they have the answers. And that's just, I think, human nature.
For sure.
Especially in certain predicaments.
I feel like when I think of missionaries, I mainly just think of like the Western missionaries that go to these like third world countries that are like super isolated. Sorry, like developing worlds, and like we'll go to like a super isolated tribe and try to convert them, and I'm like, the audacity of this white person to go to the middle of this like tribe and be like, I have your answer. You know what I mean?
Like, I have the answer.
I would spear them on sight. Like
a lot of people who want to discover these tribes do actually get killed by the tribes. The more remote the tribe is, the more dangerous they are as well.
Well, one of the reasons why, this is kind of a tangent, but one of the reasons why I wanted to see the Hagia Sophia so badly was because I did think just the fact that it used to be a Christian church and then it was converted into a mosque has always fascinated me. I don't know, obviously, all the history about like Constantinople and things like that, but I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, that Emperor Constantine, who's like known for being like one of the leads of the Christian church, I'm pretty confident he was a pagan for most of his life, according to history books. I don't know. But I think it's just like things like that are fascinating to me because, again, it's all just, it's interesting to seeing how things evolve, but it's all taking the same form. Like, paganism is its own set of belief systems. It's not one god, it's multiple gods, but it just
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting to see how these larger belief systems will, some of them have their moments where they're more the more dominating one than others. I don't know.
To me, it's like the fact that someone can be so confident that their God is the right God, especially like you mentioned, Emperor Constantine, who like basically switched belief systems as an adult. You know what I mean? Like the idea that someone could be so convinced with their like logical, like fully developed brain that like this God is actually the true God now, like always shocks me. But like I hope to one day like understand like how they were so confident. Like I've never had that confidence ever about like anything related to spirituality, because how like Tarj said, like these things aren't like, it's not anything you can prove really, right? It's just something you have to feel, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like, if you dedicated your whole life to something, to then accept anything else.
Well, that I understand. If you're like raised in a religion from birth, like it's hard to like have a different viewpoint if you're not ever exposed to like someone with a like a contradicting viewpoint.
Right.
But even if you come across these other viewpoints, you wouldn't want to change. You wouldn't want to accept that you were wrong.
Yeah.
Or like they were right, or like.
I think the sad thing, or the fundamental, like one of the fundamental issues is that the assumption that just because that there is like a right and wrong when it comes to religion, because there obviously isn't, like no one has been able to prove anything.
But I think that's the problem with one of the big problems with religion is in the religion to be like, tell everyone this is the right one, and spread the message,
that is,
and they all have this
mentality,
clause, clause in the contract, like make sure you tell everyone this is the right one and denounce everything else.
And to what benefit? Like the only thing I can think of is it only just solidifies power.
I feel like I kind of understand the concept though. Like if the idea that like if you're, unless you